Request of 42 person web on you. I never want try lose you, try them up on me. Well,
as far as I'm concerned, Kenya is the best example. Kenya Youth is the best example to use for any country, especially country like Uganda. So when I see videos like this, question I ask myself, when will Uganda wake up like Kenya? How can this man, like, is it now? Of course, they swear for Africa. I don't understand. This man, 86 years. This is a man that where he is going is close to him. You know what I mean? His grave. Where these leaders, where they are going, are close to them than where they are coming from. When they want to die in that office, like Uganda Youth, even when the man is saying nonsense, you guys are clapping for him. Even when the man is doing like animal, you guys are clapping for him. Like, not just they happy. Are you guys happy? See, they are, these people in power. I know that Uganda is corrupt. You hear me? See, these people, I know, I can assume, maybe it's wrong assumption, but Uganda is very, very corrupt. And I'm not surprised if nothing is working, not even their healthcare, center and all that. This is total nonsense. This is it prison? Is it mental slavery? What is happening? What is happening? Uganda, wake up, wake up, wake up. Wake up like Kenya. Even we that are Nigerians, we are still saying Nigerians wake up. But Uganda is worse. Like, seriously. Ah, God. What did they happen? Look at people. You guys are just watching these people. Watching them. Like, you guys cannot do nothing. When? Is it when your generation die? There is no hope for the future. There is nothing like the youth are the leaders of tomorrow. No. These old people there, these old cargoes, they don't want to live. There is no future for the youths. There is nothing like the youth are leaders of tomorrow. No. What are you guys waiting? Wake up, Uganda. This is a shame and disgrace. I don't know. What is... it's crazy. Because even their sense right now is, they cannot even think well. They cannot even reason well. Yes. Because I also have an old person of such age. I know. So how do you guys think that these people are going to lead you? Lead you to where? This is blind leading the blind, and it means that Uganda is falling to a pit. It's so messy. Uganda, wake up. This is total nonsense. It vex me.
Look at this man. He is 86 years old. 86. And he's the current Prime Minister of Uganda. Not formal. He's the current Prime Minister of Uganda. Now, if you search Google now, the first person they are going to bring is this lady here. The lady is 56. But she's not the current. She's just the one that succeeds the current. This man is 86. Surprising thing about him is, you see this video here? He is still even asking for another term. My God. Yo, when I look at some things that happen in Africa, it's so funny and unbelievable. This man is never a target. You are targeting the 38-year-old guy who is busy developing his nation. I remember Trump called him these few days. He told Trump that he's busy building his nation. He won't come. And he's experienced over 20 assassination attempts already. 86-year-old. Africa. It's too funny.
Now, let me tell you one of the reasons why Africa is where it is today, and one of the reasons why Africa look like a joke, and the reason why we are backward in terms of development, even though we have all it takes to be #1 in the world, but then we are still down. Anyway, let me explain. A 86-year-old lawmaker in Uganda has been nominated to stand in his car, for an election. Now, let me break it down so that you understand. In Uganda, there's this 86-year-old man, Moses Ali. He has been a lawmaker for 24 years. He He was the former Minister of Finance, Interior and Sports. So now, after many years of serving in Uganda as a minister, so he has been nominated for another position. But because of his health, he's 86 years old, he's old, he cannot come down. So he sat in his car to receive the nomination. Many say he's too old for that position. His body cannot even carry him to stand again. He cannot even walk again, just like the president of Cameroon, just like the Uganda president, just like, of course, the one I want to mention. So he's so old, but then he still wants to maintain power. Now, here's the question. How is he going to lead? What is he going to do with that position? How is he going to be innovative or creative to bring development to Uganda? That is the question. Why? Why hold on to power when you should be in retirement home? African leaders see leadership as a retirement home, as old people's home. They've made leadership in Africa look like if you are not getting close to your grave, you should not attain leadership position in Africa. But it shouldn't be so. Anyway, I just say let me bring you the news of what is happening in Uganda.
This life, no balance. Ladies and gentlemen, 86 years old Ugandan Prime Minister, General Moses Ali, has decided to run. 86 years old. I have forgotten. What is the age for retirement again? I think is it 60 years or 70? Or is it 90 years? Okay, I think the age for retirement is 90 years. Maybe our dear Prime Minister wants to get to 90 or 100 before he retires. Ladies and gentlemen, I tell you people that Africa is divided by languages. Africa is divided by boundaries. But Africa is united by the same problem. Africa is united. Africa is one because we all have similar problems. We all have the same problem. Africa unite. Yeah. Africa unite. In case you don't know the Ugandan minister in case you don't know the Uganda Prime Minister, General Moses Ali, our dear Prime Minister, this is the person I'm talking about. There is nothing you cannot do, protocol breaker. There is nothing you cannot do, Jehovah Obadu.
This is Uganda Deputy Prime Minister Moses Ali. He has been a Minister of Finance, Minister of Interior, and several other political positions for years. And he has been a Prime Minister, a Deputy Prime Minister for over 24 years. And as you can see him, he's completely sick and derailed and currently campaigning for next year Ugandan general election for him to be re-elected again after 24 years as a Prime Minister. Who do all this thing in Africa? Why be say for Africa? Now only Africa you go to see oldest people where they don't hold for power for 30, 40, 50 years, 80 years for particular seat as president or whatever, yet they are still fighting to ensure that they still go back to power without giving the youth time to ensure they serve their own country. Why Africa just there like this? Just imagine say an 86-year-old man where don't sick, where suppose they house they rest. Now with him sickness, see as they do like Imbe, yet the man still won't contest. He won't buy on top political position. Is that not greed? That is wickedness. And Africa must rise up to ensure that this kind of thing is being subsided or completely trashed out. You don't understand? Africa, you must rise up. African youth, you must rise up. Ugandan youth, you must rise up and vote this man out. This man does not want to become a leader. He's old and sick. He should go and retire and rest. You don't understand? In fact, they think say Cameroon own worse, not knowing that Cameroon own better. You don't understand? I beg Nigerians and Africa, make una rise up. Make una voting competent people, competent leaders, vibrant, young and strong and healthy, because it's only a healthy brain and healthy body that can work towards transforming a society towards positive impact. No be person where they sick and tired or old and sick, na him go come transform the society. Na person wey dey young, vibrant and healthy, full of energy, na him go fit transform society for the betterment of the upcoming generation or the young ones. You no understand? Abeg, Africans and Nigeria especially, abeg, we need to stand up to build a stronger Africa for us all to live and enjoy our lives, because life too short. You no understand?
Not only Africa, you go see say politicians go do old. You go get stroke. Some of the body is not working. Some part of the body is not working. Some part of it, in fact, his brain is half gone. But he's still pushing. He's still pushing because why? You want to get there. Okay, you're not going to retire. Eh? You're not going to retire. So someone used to say the person did there. Look at this man. He's a shake. They shake. Like you know, to say they carry excess load. Gen, I better pass my neighbor. My brother, what I can say is that a young man or a young woman, please do not laugh somebody that is aged and is having difficulty with health issue. Because why? Sometimes don't mock anybody. Not mock anybody. But my own is that when you have issue like this, step down. Step down. Don't push forward.
They see him at his age. He's even trying to fall like me. You see the hustle to contest for presidential seat in Uganda. Who do Africa this time? Now who do Africa, please? They gonna tell me. Who do Africa this time? This person, Juju. Jesus. You know, that is the same thing that happens to every other leaders in Africa. Most of the African leaders, most of them are 90-something years, 100 and something years. How would they be thinking well? How would they be ever thinking well? They'll be thinking how to loot money, carry money, go belly for belike. That is what in their mind they tell them. Thief, 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 thief. Thief, thief. Jesus.
While I agree that over time that the West have constantly manipulated and exploited Africa and Africans in several, dimensions for their own personal gain, I'm also one of the lone voices who believes holistically that Africa and Africans are actually responsible for their own problems. The video clip you're seeing on this very, section is a trending video from Uganda. The man in that video is called Moses Ali. He has been in government or in governance since 1968 or 1969 up till this moment. Currently, he's a member of the parliament. I think he's second deputy prime minister in Uganda. And he's already campaigning for the forthcoming election in Uganda, which will come forth in January 2026. That is to say, he has been endorsed by his friends well-wishers political party for the next section of the leadership race between 2026 and 2031. I want you to watch that video critically. If you begin to analyze the content of that very video, and if you have been following me critically in this channel, you will understand a few things. I am not one of those who advocate for very old people into public offices. I am not one of those who advocate for people who are not intentionally very healthy. I'm sorry to say this, I'm not in any way body shaming or trying to say that the man you just saw in that video is not healthy. However, the point I'm trying to make is this: governance is a serious business. Being a political office holder requires a complete health of mental well-being, bodily well-being, emotional well-being, psychological well-being, and otherwise. Yes. When I say that Africa is actually responsible for their problems, you see, the president of Uganda, for example, is over 30 years in office, about 40 years, Mr. Yoweri Museveni. he's going to face another opposition come 2026. One Bobby Wine is currently, gathering momentum in that country to give him a face-off in the next election. And here is another man who is campaigning. The question I will always ask is this: does it mean that we are not growing as people? We are not producing men and women of intellectual capacity? Does it mean we no longer have young men and women of capacity in Africa, in Uganda, for example, to pilot the affairs of governance? This is 21st century, almost like the highest of it all. Eventually, we are going to get more advanced technologically. The world is moving on a speed of light, and we are here busy blaming the West, blaming the Igbo people that they are the one responsible for our problems. How can very old people, especially when they are not stable enough, health-wise, psychologically wise, mentally wise, emotionally wise, how are they going to dish out the dividends of democracy, aligning with democratic best practices? How are they going to understand that it has become pertinent we begin to evolve in the technological advancement, which is one of the, the drivers of economies of most nations all over the world? That is where the problem lies. When people of this nature get into political offices, it is simply their families, friends, and well-wishers are the one leading by proxies. Yes, because they are the one who is going to be in control of everything he or she does. That is why I have never been an advocate of electing very old men into public offices, not even in my own home country, Nigeria. I don't want to support that. I don't want to believe that there are no younger people with intellectual capacity and leadership qualities to move the nation forward. I stand to be corrected, but this has always been my stand about politics, leadership in Africa. We are truly responsible for our own problems. At this point, I will allow you guys to be the judge. Don't forget to let me know what you think in the comment section and share this video. May another person see him. God bless you.
Who swear for us for Africa? Africa as a whole. Who will offend? Who did you offend in this Africa, this continent called Africa? Who did we offend? What is the meaning of this one? What is the meaning of this one? This man now, it's not obvious that he needs medical attention. What is this? Person, like, what is this? What is this one now? Politician. Person supposed they where they give elderly people care. And this man supposed to get care, give away they take care of them. But this, hi, God forbid.